TheraFlu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. TheraFlu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. TheraFlu, serious power.
Before we get to the #1 video of the day, we're going to recap numbers 5 through 2. First 5, some smoke coming in from Reno. And number 4, New Mexico flooding. And then we have more flooding in Manila. And some of that smoke heading into Reno there on the top left. Also the bottom right, fire burning in California, heading up into the Sierra Nevada mountains. Those are the 5 through 2 videos, 5, 4, 3, 2 now. Not quite yet to #1, but right now we're going to have Nick Walker voice his opinion. What do you think, Nick, out of those 4? At least what stands out to you?
That Manila video is just, to me, just jaw-dropping because, you know, we're talking about a huge city, 12 million people here, and we're talking about flooding coming right down the streets here in this metropolitan area. I mean, can you imagine whatever city you might name, you know, coming right down the middle of the street, this kind of water? But this,
an urban area.
Yeah, an urban area. Usually we think of flooding, you know, out near rivers and other areas, but this is right down in the city. And this is what happens when you get this monsoonal moisture that they've got, plus a tropical storm. And so much rain has fallen up in the mountains. They're saying even after the rain stops,
right, it's still coming down.
It's still going to be coming down from the mountains for days.
Yeah, it has to drain.
Yeah.
You know? All right, so that it was a look at the little breakout. Let's go ahead and take a look at #1, the #1 video of the day. And this video, Nick, we know something about this. This is in the Pacific Northwest. This is a dam, the removal of a dam, and they're trying to return it to the natural habitat, which ends up being just a little trickle of a stream in the Elwha River in the Olympic National Park. This was the largest dam removal we understand in history, and Washington State's Elwha River now runs free, and now a habitat for fish and other wildlife. I mean, you have dams that disrupts things, you know, disrupts wildlife. But there it goes. It's an amazing time lapse because that doesn't happen in a few hours.
Yeah, that's not just a few.
Right.
We're talking years here. That took like over 2 years for that to happen. And a lot of folks are, you know, a lot of naturalists are really happy to see this too, because finally they're beginning to see the salmon runs come back up the Elwha River, and they're seeing salmon in places they haven't seen in 100 years.
And some amazing video for us.
On top of that, yeah.
All right, now the question is, where will we see amazing weather this week and next week?
Yeah, I think we got some amazing stuff coming in terms of cooler weather, in terms of thunderstorms. So let's talk about the severe weather threat tomorrow first. We've been talking about the area here from, say, Michigan on down through the Chicago area, much of Illinois, Missouri. Portions of the St. Louis metropolitan area could be in this, as well as Kansas City. This is an area where we might see thunderstorms that could go severe early in the day and at the end later in the day as well. So we'll be watching this. I think here in Cleveland, I think you're going to be fine for the downtown Cleveland festival there. But thunderstorms come into play as we head on into your Sunday. And so it looks like this red stripe is going to be moving all the way from, say, the Appalachian Mountains here in eastern Tennessee all the way up into upstate New York. And that's going to be some big time problems. Baseball in Pittsburgh could be delayed here on Sunday. We'll be watching that. We'll also be watching the cooler temperatures coming in. 80 degrees on Saturday in Chicago, 68 there as we head on into your Sunday as that cooler and some drier air moves in too. And then by the time we get into Monday, most of that mess should be out of there. Still some leftover rain around New England. We'll also be watching more of this moisture coming into the southwest. I tell you what, we could see more flash flooding here all the way from, say, New Mexico, portions of Texas, up northward too, and the Pacific Northwest after a warm up is going to see a cool down and then a cooler down coming in the days to come as we get more moisture moving into the picture. Tuesday looks pretty good here in the east. We will see some of that rain pushing its way on into the plains with some thunderstorms likely, and really not moving a whole lot as we head into the mid part of the week. We'll be watching some rain finally coming into California, not really where we need it. We need it more in the valleys. We'll see some of that in Northern California. And look at the temperatures still lingering here on into Wednesday and Thursday. Triple digits for Phoenix. Meantime, 60s return here around the Seattle area. Big difference here from temperatures from northwest to southwest. On into Friday we go. Dry weather here and pretty close to average, even a little bit above coming by the time we get into there. Midwest and the Northeast for Friday. Chris?
And right now, Nick, we want to update you on a tornado warning we've been following in northwest Minnesota. Tornado warning in effect right now. In fact, a tornado has been reported near Lancaster and Highway 59. And there it is right there. We reported crossing over Highway 59 just to the south of Lancaster here in Minnesota. And this storm, as you can see, heading for these cities here, passing Lancaster right now. Lake Bronson at 7:13. This is local time, 7:21. Jupiter and Carlstadt at 7:57. We're keeping an eye on this for you. Also, Hurricane Specialist Michael Lowry keeping an eye on the tropics next.
You change your style. Why not your eye color? New Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses enhance your eye color for a naturally beautiful look with consistent comfort. Find your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
Losing your Chex Mix too easily? Deploy the boring potato chip decoy bag. With a variety of tastes and textures, only Chex Mix has 20 bags of interesting. Pick your mix.
I'm Creek Stewart, Weather Channel survival expert. Every Sunday night, we're taking 3 regular guys deep into the woods.
Are you serious?
Where we'll teach them not just to survive,
Show me fire!
but how to truly live.
Look at this caveman!
Show yourself what you're made of on Weather Channel Survival Sundays. At 9, it's So You Think You'd Survive. Then at 10, Fat Guys in the Woods. Every Sunday night on the Weather Channel.
Are you ready?
Off the couch, into the weather.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees with showers in the area. Tonight, variably cloudy with scattered thunderstorms. Low 73. Chance of rain 60%. Saturday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Listen up. I'm reworking the menu. Veggies, you're cool. Mayo, corn dogs, you are so out of here.
The complete balanced nutrition of great tasting Ensure. 24 vitamins and minerals, 9 grams of protein with 30% less sugars than before. Ensure, your #1 doctor recommended brand, now introduces Ensure Active. Muscle health, clear protein drink, and high protein. Targeted nutrition to feed your active life. Ensure, take life in. In the nation, the safest feature in your car is you. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving, which for you shouldn't be a problem. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Lowe's presents how to install a new washing machine with one finger.
Maybe a little more that way. Nice.
Now get 10% off all major appliances, $3.99 and above.
The 6-cylinder, 8-speed Lexus GS.
The performance review, that corporate trial by fire when every slacker gets his due. And yet, there's someone around the office who hasn't had a performance review in a while. Someone whose poor performance is slowing down the entire organization. I'm looking at you, phone company DSL.
Go to ComcastBusiness.com/check-your-speed. If we can't offer faster speeds or save you money, we'll give you $150. Comcast Business. Built for business.
Located in a discreet and tranquil Palm Beach County, Florida setting, the Rehab Center for Women provides expert and compassionate care for women who are suffering from substance abuse, trauma, and mental illness. We offer custom treatment plans, including medical detox and specialized rehab to give women the strength and focus they need to begin living the lives they deserve. You don't have to suffer anymore. Call 888-302-5579 or visit helpforwomen.com to start healing today.
Program for people with type 2 diabetes.
Call 855-679-SIZE and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
See why the buzz on Fat Guys in the Woods, the Weather Channel's hit survival series, is getting bigger and bigger. Victory! A new episode Sunday night at 10 on the Weather Channel.
I have a weather IQ question for you. Which tropical cyclone intensified the fastest over the course of 24 hours? Was it Wilma in 2005, Gilbert in 1998, or Forrest in 1983?
We only have 3 choices tonight.
3 choices tonight.
This is Wilma, 2005. That one went from a category with Forrest. Is that right? It's not right.
Does it just?
Are you doing? Does it just make me look bad?
No, it's
Forrest. It's not Forrest.
But it says by 2 millibars. It says it beat it. That's just what it says. This isn't mine.
Oh, by pressure.
By pressure.
All right, Chris. I'll go look that one up afterwards.
Okay. But however, in this conversation,
I know.
Which
okay, Sarah, you need to look that up.
So we have a dispute.
Yeah,
he's holding up his card.
I'm challenging.
Protesting.
Yeah, the red flag. Threw it on the field.
All right, so that's on the field right now. But what you do have, because what happens here in the lab, you start talking about one storm, then another storm gets thrown in there, and you mentioned something very interesting about Rita.
Yeah, Rita was a Category 5 hurricane also in 2005, as Wilma was. And that one, the hurricane hunters were flying into it, and they fly in at about 10,000 feet. And they measured the temperature, recorded the temperature at 10,000 feet of 94 degrees. That's almost unbelievable. Imagine getting in an airplane and flying up 10,000 feet, and the temperature is 94 degrees. That's why we call hurricanes warm core, because they're so warm at their centers.
But I mean, to give you an idea, 10,000 feet, you go to the mountains in the U.S. right now at 10,000 feet, and there's going to be snow.
Yes, I mean, you go up in the
right now in summer, it's going to be
the temperature goes down, and in this case, the temperature is warmer above the surface than it is at the surface. That's why we call tropical cyclones warm core systems, because they're warmer at their core.
Okay.
Warmer above the surface than they are at the surface.
Learning in the lab with Lowry tonight. We appreciate that. Now let's take a look at what you're looking at as far as the tropical and the tropical update.
We're watching Polo. You talked about rapid intensification and rapid strengthening. That was something that Odile went through right before it hit Cabo last week, or on Sunday rather. This one we were a little bit concerned with a few days ago because it was headed sort of in that same direction over very warm waters, but a 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm. It was a hurricane at one point, and it looks like the core of this, the bulk of the moisture and the winds are going to stay to the south of the southern tip of the Baja, but still under a tropical storm watch right now.
And possibly some rain, some storms.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is you're going to get some outer squalls come through later tonight into tomorrow, and then maybe overnight on Sunday, 20, 30-mile-per-hour winds, but most of the weather staying offshore, and it's disorganized right now, Chris. It just doesn't look all that healthy on the satellite picture. In fact, if you try to find where the center of circulation is, it's awfully difficult right now. It's right down in here, so it's a good 250 miles away from Cabo. The tropical storm force winds extend out maybe 80 miles or so. This is going to lift up to the northwest, and some of those gusty winds moving onshore during the day tomorrow.
Okay.
Not something that really they want to hear about. But hey, the reason this isn't going to strengthen is because the water temperatures are much cooler than they were a week ago. I want to show you this. It's kind of interesting. The past 7 days. This was last Friday, near 90-degree waters here, hugging the coast. This is basically the track that Odile took. It took a track right over the warmest waters. But watch as we move through the week. Those water temperatures cooling down quite a bit. Now we're looking at low 80s, so less of the fuel for this storm to work with, and it's moving a little bit further west where the cooler water temperatures are. And once it gets up here, upper 70s, just not enough warmth in the ocean to support a tropical storm, and certainly not a hurricane.
Gonna interrupt you for a second. Just now getting word from the judges. It's an Atlantic. We're talking about the strongest, or the fastest intensification. It's an Atlantic Pacific thing.
Oh,
according to NOAA, you're right for the Atlantic.
All right.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Just had to get that in there. The judges are telling me.
So we're both right.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, get back to the Pacific.
All right.
Where forest dominates.
This makes sense.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
All right. A 40-mile-per-hour tropical zone. Look, this is just where the center of this is going to track. Somewhere within this cone, we think, but the impacts could be outside of the cone. But really not anything for the folks there in Cabo to worry about. Just if you're cleaning up, some gusty winds, that sort of thing. Maybe some squalls coming through. Elsewhere in the tropics, not really a whole lot, Chris. We had tropical Hurricane Edouard. That was our first major hurricane anywhere in the Atlantic Ocean in almost 2 years. That one now will be called post-tropical, meaning the thunderstorms have gone away, just a swirl of clouds, but otherwise pretty much quiet across the tropics.
All right, you'll keep an eye on this. Nick Walker's keeping an eye on the areas we're watching for severe weather next.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, variably cloudy with scattered thunderstorms. Low 73. Chance of rain 60%. Saturday, variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm Nick Walker. Here's what we're watching as we head through the evening. Still a tornado warning in northern Minnesota right here. There was a tornado reported with this thunderstorm as it is continuing to push off toward the southeast right now. Kitson County still under that warning. Lake Bronson, Lancaster, Thompson, all you need to take shelter right now. Lowest level of your home, away from windows. There's where the tornado was. It crossed State Highway 59 around the Lancaster area here within the past hour. Continuing to move now off toward the southeast. We need to pay close attention here in Cannon, Lake Bronson, Dewey by 7:52, and Lynn by 8:09. If this thunderstorm holds up, we could see a tornado move through that area as well if we still have that rotating thunderstorm by then. Toward the southwest, more flooding problems here. Southern New Mexico, West Texas. Carlsbad Caverns closed today due to the flooding problems, and Eddy County around Carlsbad and Loving still under that flash flood warning here for the next couple of hours.
Surprised by a microburst.
Casey, get away from the windows now!
I was very scared that we could be injured or even killed.
Gone in seconds.
It looked like a hole in the earth that just developed and everything was flowing in the middle of it.
Saving a wild animal from certain death.
Come on!
A rescue operation goes horribly wrong. Plus, taking an extreme sport into extreme weather.
We are there to break some rules, of course.
Tornadoes.
It's coming right for me.
Tsunamis.
There's a kid under that dog.
It's all up next on this edition of Weather Caught on Camera.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, the people have kind of panicked.
A father and son watch a weather phenomenon in their backyard near Phoenix, Arizona. But in an instant, it goes from interesting
Look at all these birds.
to terrifying.
Mason! Mason, get away from the windows now! Get away!
With only seconds to react, they rush inside, leaving their dog in the storm. Arizona is known for its hot, dry climate. But from June through August, it's monsoon season. It's August 18th, 2010, at the tail end of peak season.
So
So this is what they do when storms come.
Greg Tandecki is showing his young son, Mason, a massive bird exodus resulting from hail produced by a developing microburst.
Birds are not happy with that. The microbursts come in this direction, too. I was in the backyard to actually look for storms. I was watching the radar from work during the day. It was speeding up, so I could tell that it was turning into a microburst and not just a regular rain cloud. Holy moly. Oh, yeah, that's one way to put it. Holy crap.